Hi guys, I'm Igor. For the new viewers, I provide market commentary before market opens for my stock picks and options picks for the day. Today is January 21st, 2020, and here's what's happening. The biggest news on the market is that the outbreak of the Chinese new pneumonia virus called coronavirus. It's actually a very dangerous virus that's killed already 6 people and 300 cases initiated from the Chinese city Wuhan. So market is very concerned about this because back in 2003 there was an outbreak of the SARS virus in China, and that killed about 800 people, and that really influenced the economic activity in China. Because you have to understand, people are very careful about this and this about the virus, because they stop traveling, they stop going out, they stop buying things. So this can actually influence economic activity a lot. So on that note, the Chinese markets were all down, especially the Hong Kong market that was downgraded by Moody's. And there are a lot of concerns about this virus. On the stock side, basically on the heels of this virus outbreak, I would avoid three groups of, or actually four groups of stocks. I would avoid, first of all, airlines, banks, Chinese stocks, and casino stocks. So stocks like especially banks, especially that considering that Morgan Stanley was downgraded this morning by Citigroup. So those four groups of stocks I would downgrade, I would avoid, and I would look at other stocks, such as, of course, we start with Tesla. And Tesla reported that it refuted claims by users who submitted a petition to US regulators for unintended acceleration, saying that it's all completely false. And I mean, I do have suspicions about this petition because it was submitted by a short seller. His name was Brian Sparks, and he did let know CNBC that he was shorting the stock like a week ago. So it's very suspicious that the short seller is submitting this petition, and Tesla said that they had tested all the cases where it was an accident, and they have determined that there was no unintended acceleration. So at least Tesla said that, but in this case, I would believe Tesla more than the short seller for the obvious reasons, because the short sellers have their reasons for this petition. Okay, so Tesla is going higher, and it's up pre-market like $14 or so. And actually, I would be interested to buy Tesla. I mean, I think it's a really good buy. Besides that, they submitted they have reported that they bought property in Germany for the new Gigafactory in Europe. So basically, double good news for Tesla. Anyway, also in the news are Boeing, who is close to secure financing, $10 billion financing from different US banks led by Citigroup. And I'm not sure if this is good news or bad news, but Boeing is nearing this test line of $320. It had tried to penetrate this $320 line, very strong support line, many times, and did not. So if it doesn't penetrate it again, I would buy Boeing actually here, because before it happened before and it bounced right up. Okay, so the next stock that I'm watching today is Limited Brands. Was upgraded by KeyBank this morning. And I've mentioned this stock several times in my previous videos, and I think it's a good buy, especially considering that they pay 6% dividend. I think it's a longer term buy, not for only one day, but to keep it for a little bit longer. It's a long term buy, I think, in my mind. Okay, another stock that I mean, one of my favorite stocks actually in the market is Novocure. They have reported that they have secured a Israeli national reimbursement from Israel, and they're higher pre-market. I have a video piece on Novocure and why I think it's a long-term hold and it's a rule breaker in my mind. And this is a good stock to hold, to actually buy and hold. Okay, other stocks that I'm watching today are Halliburton. They reported really good earnings. I mean, lower than last year, but reported good earnings, good revenue, higher earnings, higher revenue. But the stock is trading pretty much flat because the oil is down today on the because the whole overall market is down. So I wouldn't be too excited about Halliburton. Maybe if it's down too much, you can pick up some shares. But because as you can see on the chart, this is a golden cross right here, and looks like Halliburton could go higher actually. So I mean, if it falls more than I expect, closer to $23, I would pick up shares. So. That's this, and Logitech reported also good numbers. Logitech I really like. Actually reported higher revenue, higher earnings, raised their profit forecast. I really like to pick up this stock. Like I mentioned, some bank stocks like Morgan Stanley was downgraded and it's down this morning. Okay, so for the I also would mention again the cannabis stocks. Cannabis stocks are a little bit up today, and I've been recommending them recently, and I think it's a good time to buy them. So my favorite ones are Tilray, TLRY, OGI, which is OrganiGram, and CRON. For the extreme lovers, there's a stock called NVAX. And they have reported that the FDA has provided them with the fast track designation for their nano-flu vaccine. Okay, so they're up pre-market like I don't know 70%. I wouldn't buy it right out of the gate and see how it trades, and then maybe pick up some shares. Because it's a really good time for them to receive this fast track designation. Okay, so today I'm also watching earnings from IBM and Netflix. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick up any shares before earnings because it's pretty dangerous especially for IBM, because I don't like IBM in general. How they trade. First of all, it's a very slow stock, and the company is very slow to change. Netflix is an interesting stock, but it depends what they report. So it could be a big swing that I'm not willing to take a chance on. Okay, so today again I would avoid stocks that airline, banks, casino and cruise lines. Cruise lines I would avoid as well. Okay, and I would pick up shares on the pullback, on this market pullback of NVIDIA, MU, and AMAT. Okay, that's it, guys. That's the wrap for the day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and I'll see you next time.